The Book of Deuteronomy Study Bible by the Sunday School Bible, LLC, all rights reserved. Chapter 18, 1406 BC. Offerings for the Levite priests. Moses continued speaking to the children of Jacob Israel.
The Levite priests and all the tribe of Levi must have no part nor inheritance with Israel. They must eat the offerings of the Lord Yahweh, made by fire, and his inheritance. Therefore, they must have no inheritance among their brethren. The Lord Yahweh is their inheritance, as he has said to them. This will be the priest's due from the people, from them that offer a sacrifice, whether it is an ox or a sheep. And they will give to the priest the shoulder, and the 2 cheeks, and the meat of the head. You must also give the Levites the first fruit of your corn, of your wine, and of your oil, and the first of the fleece of your sheep, because the Lord Yahweh, your God Elohim, has chosen the Levites from all of your tribes to stand to minister in the name of the Lord Yahweh, him and his sons forever. If a Levite comes from out of Israel to any of your gates, where he sojourned, and comes with all the desire of his mind to the place which the Lord Yahweh chooses, then he must minister in the name of the Lord Yahweh, his God, Elohim, as all his Levite brethren do, which stand there before the Lord Yahweh. They will have like portions to eat, besides that which comes from the sale of his family possession.
Remember, do not participate in abominations. Moses continued speaking to the children of Jacob Israel.
When you have come into the land which the Lord Yahweh, your God, Elohim, has given you, you must not learn to do the abominations of those nations. There must not be found among you anyone who makes his son or his daughters pass through the fire, who uses divination, fortune-tellers, sorcery, interprets omens, engages in witchcraft, casts spells, a medium, a wizard, or consults with the dead, because all those who do these things are an abomination to the Lord Yahweh. And because of these abominations, the Lord Yahweh, your God, Elohim, drives them out from before you. You must be perfect with the Lord Yahweh, your God, Elohim. These nations which you must possess, listen to, observers of times, or sorcerers, and diviners, or fortune-tellers. But as for you, the Lord Yahweh, your God, Elohim, has not allowed or permitted you to do so.
The Lord Yahweh will send a prophet as requested. Moses continued speaking to the children of Jacob Israel.
The Lord Yahweh, your God, Elohim, will raise up for you a prophet from the midst of you, among your brethren, like me, Moses.
Note, referencing Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 15. The capitalization of the word prophet. In Deuteronomy 18:15, the King James Version, KJV, capitalizes the word prophet. However, the KJV does not capitalize future pronouns associated with this prophet. Interestingly, the New International Version, NIV, and the New Living Translation, NLT, do not capitalize the word prophet or its future pronouns. However, the New King James Version, NKJV, does capitalize both the word prophet and all future pronouns associated with this prophet. The Hebrew word in the Masoretic text for prophet, capitalized in the KJV of Deuteronomy 18:18, is Nabi or Navi. This is the same word used in all other locations throughout the Hebrew Bible. However, in the Christian perspective, this prophet, uppercase P, is widely seen as a messianic prophecy ultimately fulfilled in Jesus Christ. Therefore, the capitalization in English translations like the KJV is an interpretive or stylistic decision. For example, to highlight a perceived messianic or specific reference in Deuteronomy 18. Not a feature of the original Hebrew, which does not distinguish between uppercase and lowercase letters. The Jewish perspective is that prophet, lowercase p reference, is often understood as pointing to the institution of prophecy in general, or to specific prophets like Moses' successors, rather than a single messianic figure. End of note. Moses continued speaking to the children of Jacob, Israel.
You must listen to this prophet according to all that you desired of the Lord Yahweh, your God, Elohim, in Horeb on the day of the assembly, when you said,
Let me not hear the voice of the Lord, Yahweh, my God, Elohim again. Neither let me see this great fire anymore so that I do not die. Note, referencing Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 16, when Israel did not want to hear God's voice again. In Deuteronomy 18:16, the verse refers back to Exodus chapter 20, verses 18 through 21, where Scripture describes the people's terror after witnessing the manifestations of God's, Yahweh's, presence. God, Yahweh, remembers their statement and gives them what they ask for, even after Moses passes away. End of note, Mike. Moses continued speaking to the children of Jacob, Israel.
And the Lord Yahweh said to me,
They have spoken well that which they have spoken. I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like you, Moses. I will put my words in his mouth, and he will speak to them all that I shall command him. And it shall come to pass that whosoever does not listen to my words, which he will speak in my name, I will require it of him.
Meaning they will have to account for themselves directly to God.
But the false prophet, which presumes to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or who speaks in the name of other gods, that prophet will die. And if you say in your heart, How will we know the words which the Lord Yahweh has not spoken? When a false prophet speaks in the name of the Lord Yahweh, if what they say does not follow nor come to pass, confirming it is not what the Lord Yahweh has spoken, but the false prophet has spoken it presumptuously, you must not be afraid of him.